Can I throw this? Boom. 35 damage. Perfect. Already you have faced my wayward children, and worse awaits you should you continue. Vestiges of my power still remain. Call to me if you require aid, and I will attempt to twist the fates in your favor.
The coordinates brought us to an uncharted peak. A great mountain rising from the lightless depths, shrouded in mystery. We thought we'd prepared for everything.
This is the USS Salem requesting aid. We have negative rudder control and are taking on water. Our tank mechanisms are unresponsive. Current position is 5-8 tack 5 1 decimal. Oh God, what is that?
How little we knew. The abyss hides more than ancient ruins and lost history. And our arrival has not gone unnoticed. In deep waters, the smallest ripple can change everything.
After the fall. Ah, yes. So welcome to Stirring Abyss. This is an indie tactical game with very strong RPG elements. And yeah, we are playing as Lieutenant Paul Reynolds right now. And as you can see, if you take a look at his skills, these are, as far as I'm aware, randomly generated, because I did just create another game. This is a new game, of course. And if you'd, by the way, like to check out the Steam store page, there's a link in the description. So he is an explosives expert, as you can see. Desperate times call for innovative measures. This is an active ability, and it has a cooldown of 6. And it uses all available action points. So this game is very much action point based. You have 2 action points. You can move however you so desire. However, it is going to eventually mean that you won't be able to take any other actions. And if you do take another action, like an attack of some kind, you will not have any other movement abilities available. So there's also that. You also have traits, as you can see right here, and you also have a number of stats that you can indeed pull up. So this is Lovecraftian in its origins as well, so the theme is very much Lovecraftian, and you can see by these little pips on your portrait how many action points you have left over. So if I, for example, move here, you can see that I now have half an action point remaining. So let's say that I want to move a little bit further. Boom. So that used about 1 action point. So we're now going to just move to the end of our tether, so to speak, and Eldritch activity. Oh yes, so this is very much reminiscent of the XCOM games of old, not the remake that came out in, what was it, 2012? I'm not entirely sure. But it's more about XCOM Terror of the Deep. It's more like that. And personally, I'm very excited about this. I've been meaning to play this for a very long time, actually. I mean, it's been out for, I think about a week. Yeah, I think it's been out for about a week. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why, but sometimes things just get on top of me. But I just really like this as well. The story-based elements are very cool. Lieutenant Reynolds swears under his breath. A corpse. Of all the caves in the ocean, there is a corpse in this one. That can't be a good omen. Though the uniform is old and the years have taken their toll, it is clear that the deceased sailor was of an extremely high rank, not a man who would be unceremoniously buried at sea under normal circumstances. Mutiny, perhaps? Or battle? There are no answers here. All Reynolds knows is that he would rather avoid suffering whatever gruesome fate claimed the man. Lowering his head in respect for a fellow sailor, he moves on. Alright, so there are a number of things that you can, of course, investigate as you go. And I think that sack is from the USS Salem. Should check it out. Alright, that's what I'll do. So let's check it out over here. Very nice. We have a spear gun. That's great. You've found your first item. Divers can normally carry 2 items at a time. Take the spear gun with you by right-clicking it or dragging it out of the container and onto one of the item slots on the right side of your action bar. You can see that down here. There we go. We have 2 charges of the spear gun. Most items cost action points to use. The spear gun, for example, costs a minimum of 1 action point and uses up all extra points for increased accuracy. Loading the spear gun also takes 1 action, so plan your actions carefully. Oh yes, I will indeed attempt to do so. Now, before we head onward at all, I just want to touch upon the various other elements of the UI on the portrait of our Paul Reynolds here. So you also have sanity that you're going to have to balance, as well as, of course, health. Now, the most pressing matter at the moment, at least for me, is air. As you can see, we have already used up 2 portions of air out of a possible 22. And then also you do have a number of other materials and resources that you can gain over time by exploring. So for example, supplies, clues, which we already have 6 of, which is used to unlock various upgrades for our crew. And then we also have copper for crafting, chemicals crafting, scrap metal crafting, and also to repair the USS Salem, I believe. Is it the Salem? Yes. And as well as, look at this, used to subject the crew to strange but useful mutations. With that in mind, let us continue onward. Aha! We have an unknown creature ahead. Whoa, that's a big jellyfish. Maybe I can get around it somehow. Well, it has 15 HP. I do have some things that I can use. I can use a diver's knife. I do have a defensive posture as well. And I also, thanks to my explosives expert perk, have the ability to fire a projectile filled with explosives. Of course, we might not be very accurate about this. You can see here that we have an aim of 69 with our diver's knife. But otherwise, yeah, the spear gun's got 77 aim. I think we'll probably just move around it though for the moment, as the fellow did seem to say that he wanted to do so. Yeah, we're losing 1 air. How often? Every turn? I think every turn we're losing 1 air. That's actually kind of harsh. But we have now come across another diver. Navigating the gloomy cavern, Lieutenant Reynolds comes to an abrupt stop. A motionless figure lays hunched against the rock wall, clad in one of the expedition diving suits. He is not alone. Rushing to the side of his fallen comrade, Reynolds is relieved to see a small burst of bubbles escaping the exhaust vent of the suit. Out cold, perhaps, but breathing. "This is Lieutenant Reynolds. Can you hear me?" He can only hope the radio transceivers on both suits are still functional. The moment of silence feels immeasurably long, until a faint reply echoes inside his helmet. "I'm here. Copy, I mean." It's leading Seaman Sterling, groggy and confused, just as he himself was upon coming to. "What's going on? Where am I?" "Not a lot of answers as of yet, leading seaman," Reynolds replies, forcing calmness and confidence into his voice. "Get up and check your gear. We have a lot to do." Alright, so we gained some additional air thanks to this guy coming back. I mean, we don't gain any additional air for our main character here, but this fellow does. So what's the plan? How are we getting out of here, Lieutenant? First things first, we have to find the USS Salem, and quickly. You found a second member of the expedition crew and are now controlling both divers. You can switch between the divers by clicking on their portrait or by clicking on their model. You can also use tab, by the way. Your divers also have skills to help them survive the abyss. Mouse over the skill icons on the action bar to learn their function. Well, we've already done that a little bit. More skills are gained as divers level up and progress through the game. Alright, so let's move on. Okay, so over here they all have action points as well, of course. So that's actually very nice to see too. And what was this guy all about, by the way? Because he has a number of other traits, as you can no doubt tell. He is a Marine, which provides immunity to physical debuffs and increased armor for several turns. That's actually extremely useful. And then he also has the Sadist trait, which means that he gains sanity when killing an enemy. That's actually perfect. That is a pretty perfect trait to have. Pretty nice. Alright, let's move on. There we go. Eldritch activity, once again. We have unknown creatures. These jellyfish are massive. Alright. I'm actually not sure which way to go. This way? I mean, we can technically split up, I think. Can't we? I think we can. Oh, what's that? That is something else. Ah, we can go to the next area, but I'm not entirely sure if I want to do that just yet. Do I? Apparently I already did. I'm out. This must be the ocean floor. Anything interesting or useful around? Well, there's some scrap metal over there. Should grab it just in case. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. This guy's stuck in here, unfortunately. Oh, there's a light just north of me. I think it's the USS Salem. Ah, there it is, up there. That's what I want to hear. I'm right behind you. Alright, well, yes, he's right behind, kind of. Not really. Hopefully the jellyfish are not going to come and attack us now. It seems like they might actually be attempting to do something. A lurking shadow? Wait a minute, did I see that, or is that just some weird stuff going on here? Oh dear. Well, this is problematic. You've entered combat. Oh no. To use the spear gun, click on it and then click on the target you wish to fire at. You can also use a melee attack, but you have to be next to your target. If you choose to use the spear gun, use the shots wisely. When targeting objects that are on the way will be clearly marked. Be aware if there are friendly divers, you may hit them. Can I not get out of here? Oh, enemies are too... Are you serious right now? Are you serious? Come on, that's terrible. Okay, well, we're going to have some issues here then, I suppose. So 27... I guess I will use the spear... I don't have enough action points. And now I'm taking damage because of the attack of opportunity. I'm actually going to go back in here just to help out. Okay, so let's attack. Oh, nice damage. Yes, very good. Very good, sir. Okay, so let's... can we do some more damage? I'm going to have to move this way. And then attack. Boom. What? What a beast! What a beast this guy is. Okay, so we can actually inspect the corpse as well. Let's do that. The broken jellyfish lies deflated at his feet, tiny electric discharges still visible within the pale membrane. Reynolds is no expert on these creatures, but he knows they don't use electricity to hunt or defend themselves. An entirely new species of Cyphozoa. In a different context, this would be a great biological discovery, but right now it's only putting him more on edge. We gain some additional clues to to upgrade our characters a little bit. When the time comes, of course. Okay, so let's move both of these guys out of here. Can I... Oh, this guy's already done his turn, so I guess we'll just use Mr. Reynolds to get scrap metal. +5. Oh, very nice. Gather copper for electrical repairs. That's our primary objective. Okay, I will indeed be doing that then. Let's traverse out of here. And I think we're pretty much done, so let's just go to the next turn already. Air is going down, bear that in mind. I can't dilly-dally all day, so we are going to have to move quite swiftly. It's lucky that this is the tutorial area and it's just basically one direction that I need to travel in, because otherwise I would have some rather big issues. Okay, so that is the Salem anchor, but I'd like to explore a little bit more just in case I'm missing something. No, it seems like I'm not. Okay. Because I do need to find copper and collect vital resources before leaving. Where's the copper? Not there, that's for sure. Where's the copper? I don't see it. Am I stupid? Yes. Ah, there's the copper. Fantastic. Okay, so that was right by the side of me right there, so that's absolutely fine. Find and enter the submarine. Well, this is going to be easy enough because we know where the entrance is already. There we go. Carefully ascending the sturdy anchor chain, Reynolds reaches the airlock contraption at the con. The mechanism opens with ease, just like in training. He can't wait to be inside and shed this damned suit. The conning tower is a mess, with miscellaneous equipment strewn haphazardly all around the small room. First things first, though. The control room. The lieutenant kneels next to the hatch and pulls. The heavy steel door gives way with a tortured creak, revealing an almost still surface of dark water. The ship is flooded. Panic rears its head within Reynolds. The USS Salem is their only home, his only hope of seeing his family again. If it is too badly damaged to move or even surface. Focus. The sub is floating, which means there's plenty of air inside it somewhere. All they need to do is pump the water out of the flooded sections and get the equipment in the control room operational. He is not going down without a fight. Alright, so mission successful. Let's go in there with the other fellow as well. And done. Alright, so that's it. Mission successful. Threats neutralized 2. I technically could have attacked more of the jellyfish, but I thought, hey, you know what? Considering we only have one person, I'd like to maybe treat things a little bit more carefully. But I think next time I would be a little bit more aggressive if I did create a new game. But anyway, let's have a look. The USS Salem is your base of operations through Stirring Abyss. As you progress through the game, you can use power and other resources to restore functionality, for example, to unlock the ability to heal injured crew members. You will need to pump the flooded control room to access other rooms. Click the drop symbol on the room to pump it, as you can see right there. And, however, pumping costs power, which replenishes during missions. You also need some scrap and copper to repair the control room. The Salem also has an inventory that contains crucial supplies. Drag items out of the inventory and into divers' inventories to take them with you. Diver inventories can be accessed beneath their portraits at the top of the screen. So in other words, we have 2 slots right here. We can unlock an additional slot as they level up, I assume. And there's a medkit right there. We got some flares, throw a flare that illuminates the area, and we also have a shrapnel charge. What does that do though? Does it open up any additional areas for us? Do I need to take that for additional exploration opportunities? I don't think so. Anyway, this guy, Mr. Reynolds will be the medic, I guess. And we will use a shrapnel charge with this guy. Actually, you know what? It doesn't really make sense to do that. Well, let's swap them around because, as far as I'm aware, Reynolds is the explosive expert, so I think that makes more sense. Disturb the seafloor around the diver to create swirling sand clouds that provide cover from ranged attacks. Ooh, now that could be very useful indeed. And we also have a crafting little button here as well, but they haven't really taught us about crafting just yet, so I'm going to just leave that alone for the moment. Now let us pump the room. There we go. Nice. The control room is no longer flooded. However, some of the critical systems in the room have been damaged and must be repaired before it can be used. Mouse over the repair icon to see its repair cost. Okay, yeah, so the repair cost is, as you can see, 5 copper, I think? Yeah, 5, no, it's actually 5 scrap metal and 3 copper. The great machine comes alive slowly, machinery still locked behind flooded sections responding to the call of the control room. The hum and vibration of the engines brings hope, but not as much as the blinking light on the radio panel, the emergency beacon locator. Tens of diving suits, each fitted with a transmitter, are missing from their storage. Only one signal is active right now, but perhaps the others are just out of range or temporarily disabled. After the difficult repairs and the haunting emptiness they found on the USS Salem, it feels good to have a clear way forward. Much remains to be done aboard ship. Most functions are completely offline, and the rest is held together by the power of duct tape and positive thinking. To make things more difficult, the wiring manual in the control room maintenance cabinet has escaped its waterproof casing. The old girl is going to need some serious dry dock time when they get home. Alright, so there we go. Just one more wire and there we go. The radio array is up and running. Okay, so we've got a signal. We'll have to move the ship, but it's not far. The old girl can limp that distance even in this shape. I'll trust your word on that, Lieutenant Reynolds. Okay, so we can rest, nautical charts, Enigma board so we can enhance our crew. Right, what else do we have available here? Okay, so Yeah, okay, let's do this then, I suppose. So we're going to be moving on then. Searchlight, amplify signal, evacuate. Okay, well, there's not really any need for me to do that right now, is there? So I guess what we'll do... There's also a corruption level. It makes enemies stronger and will cause stronger, more mutated enemies to appear more often. Ooh, yes, we probably want to try and avoid that as much as we possibly can. Thank you very much. Okay, so... There's the nautical chart, as you can see right there. So now we can travel to the next area. Let's do it. Expedition lost. Find out what happened to the rest of the crew. The signal is coming from somewhere nearby. Divers come in 3 different classes: officers, crewmen, and scientists. Each class has access to different skills and different strengths and weaknesses in combat. Crewmen are melee-oriented and will often be found in the thick of battle, while officers and scientists have more access to ranged and support skills. Well, we obviously have Lieutenant Reynolds here, who is indeed an officer, I assume. And then we, of course, have the sadist over here, Mr. George Sterling, who is a melee-focused character. So we'll see what we can do with him. He seemed to be very effective at murdering things, so I will be very pleased to utilize him as best I can. Oh, it seems like we can't even get over here. Right, so I guess this way? Aha. Yes, it seems like this way is indeed... Yep, that is the correct path. Okay, so we have to be a little bit careful. I don't really want to use all my action points every single time, but I'm just trying to cover as much ground as possible so that we don't run out of air, because that's also something that you constantly have that in the back of your mind. You're constantly like, oh, wait a minute, I don't want to use too much air here, but you don't also want to run in and, well, get murdered. So, yeah, loaded ammo. I wonder whether I can make more ammo or not. I'm not entirely sure whether that is indeed the case, but we'll see what happens. So let's move over here, and I can't do anything more, unfortunately, so I'm just going to wait. Missed. Haha, take that. 75% accuracy, wow. Yeah, did he take any damage? Yeah, he took 11 damage. Okay, and 10 damage. Seems like he has a good amount of HP. Wow, there's a lot of enemies here. There are a lot of enemies. Submarine skills are available on the top right of the screen, and they do not require a diver to operate them. They're used during missions to provide support for your away team, and that's exactly what I was talking about, or what I moused over a little bit earlier. So amplify your sonar, evacuate, so in other words, run away, and then obviously we have the searchlight here to illuminate the targeted area. That's not really anything I need to do so far. What about this? All targets adjacent to it? Does that mean that I'm going to kill myself? Yes. It does indeed mean that. Good to know. Stab. That is hilarious. Okay, so can I actually attack again, or do I need to move to be able to do that? I'm actually not sure. So, can I do a defensive posture? Shielding organs and vulnerable parts. Temporary damage shield. Guess I'm going to do that. Because we're going to be attacked. There's no doubt about that, so reducing the amount of damage we take is probably going to be quite useful. I actually wonder, heals the target diver. Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to be using. We will definitely be using a medkit very soon. Okay, so let's attack here. Boom, you're dead. And let's attack here. Boom, you're dead. So you can attack twice in one turn as long as you have 2 action points still remaining. Let's attack here, and I think that's actually all the enemies that we can so far see here. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to just move over here. And then we will go to the next turn. And there we go. Okay, so the searchlight submarine skill and the flares item can be used to scout ahead into the fog of war. That's actually pretty cool. It does cost power, though. Yeah. Okay, so as you can see, this is it. I'm just going to use it for the sake of using it, just so that you can see exactly what it does and how it works. So that's good to know. And I would like to be able to use the medkit on this guy now. There we go. Not too bad. Let's make our way over here, because we can kind of see what's going on. Repairing the control room has unlocked 2 submarine skills that will help you in the mission. Ah, yes, the sonar. Yeah, scouting ahead. We know about that. Thank you very much. Yeah, so that's very cool in my opinion. Having those support skills really makes a huge difference. Aha, seems like, there is a supply chest. Ah, yes, I would love to get that, thank you. So let's move on over here. Be careful of any enemies. Okay, nothing really to worry about. Okay, what's this? Supplies. And the thumper. Okay, let's just transfer those. And there's more enemies over here. I don't know whether we really want to split up. What's that? What is that? Unknown creature. Oh, fantastic. Let's attack it. It exploded and dealt 27 damage to me. Thank you very much. Inspect the corpse. Splayed open, all the remains of the once bulging pod are the shreds of a thin but tough shell strung between supporting spines. The pressure inside the bizarre coral-like husk must have been immense. A quirk of evolution previously unknown to science? Or the consequence of some unnatural force? Well, that's good to know. At least. So we know not to get close to those in the future. Right, so let's move on. I think we're probably going to go this way. Okay, so the enemy can indeed attack me, so I'm just going to wait here then. There are 2 enemies in this vicinity, which is not exactly great. But I think we should be able to sustain a little bit of damage. But not too much. Murder. Yes, all the murder. All the murder that we like to see right there. There we go. There's another little bit of murder there for us as well. Okay, so let's move on. We seem to be doing all right so far, at least. Oh, look at that. We also have a number of little readouts here as well, so we know exactly what we can see on the sonar. That's cool. All right. So that's it. Open a personnel sheet. Has this guy leveled up? Did he level up? I'm actually not sure. Doesn't seem like it. At the very least. Oh, he is level 1. No, he's still level 1. But you can actually see his statistics as well. He's an absolute monster. He's just killing everything in sight. Very, very cool. What is that, though? That is an enemy with 40 HP. Look, I don't care how deep we are. That definitely is not normal. Oh, yes. Whatever it is, it doesn't seem fond of our lights. Aha. Maybe we can use that to keep it the hell away from us. Okay, yes, exactly. That's what I will try to do then. Enemies in Stirring Abyss each have unique strengths and weaknesses. Learn what they are and how to exploit them to succeed. Choose your actions wisely and make use of skills and items to defeat your enemies or to run from them. So technically what I could do is I could use the searchlight right now, and that would probably make a lot of sense, but I'm wondering whether they will... Oh my! They have ranged attacks! Okay, one of your divers is running low on air. When divers have 7 or less turns of air left, they start suffering from hypoxia, which drains small amounts of sanity. Running out completely deals heavy damage each turn. You can refill air by using an oxygen tank or finding and using an air vent on the sea floor. In an emergency, you can also evacuate divers before the mission is completed. Right. Well, that's good to know, isn't it? Okay, so I suppose what I will indeed do now is I will use a searchlight to murder these people or to try and get them to move away from us as fast as possible. But I think what I will do is maybe move over here. Can I? Yeah, I don't have enough action points now, unfortunately. There is something there. That is, I think, where we need to go, isn't it? Yes, it is indeed the objective. Okay, so what about Thumper? Disturb the sea floor. Yeah, we're probably going to use that. There we go. Swirling Sand. That's going to increase our defense at least a little bit. Nice. Good miss right there. 27% chance for them to hit us now that we are in the swirling sand. They'll never hit us. That's perfect. Alright, so let's move over here. And we're going to do some... We're not going to do any damage, apparently. Disoriented. Disoriented and... because we got into melee range with him. Perfect. Okay, that's good to know. So, in melee range, these ranged enemies have many more difficulties actually attacking us. They wander around aimlessly and suffer a penalty to their defense. Damage taken while disoriented has a chance to break the effect early. Okay, murder. Oh, we missed. Are you serious? He's never missed before, and now all of a sudden he misses? How could you? Well, never mind. Boom. Do some damage to that guy as well. Viscous ink. Attack of opportunity. You don't want to move out of melee range with us. Thank you very much. You're dead now, sir. No more running for you. The Gaunt Corpse is unlike anything Reynolds has seen before. Features common to deep-sea animals mixed with a frame that is far closer to human than he would care to admit. The size of its eyes explains why the strange beast was so averse to the light of their suit lamps. Compared to the near-perfect darkness of its home, their fluorescent bulbs must have seemed like staring into the sun. The arms, weak and decrepit as they are, don't appear to see much use. The simple conclusion, if I could speak, is that the spines the creature propelled must be its primary defense, as well as a hunting strategy. The simple clothing also implies the use of advanced tools. Reynolds can't help but feel that there's more to these spine skulkers than meets the eye. Alright, well, let's move on then, shall we? At least a little bit. Can I attack? Boom. A little bit of attacking. More attacking. Boom. There we go. Taking them down. Alright. So do I need to examine the corpse multiple times? No, I don't think so. Just the one time I think is necessary. And now I can amplify the signal of the sonar. But that's the thing. I don't know where we have to go. That does not help me in the least. I guess we'll go this way. Okay, we are running out of air. I need to find an air vent as soon as possible. I'm actually wondering whether I should use the explosives expert against this. There we go. Just take it out. Because I did not want to leave that alive, personally. I would much prefer to take it down and not have to worry about it when we come back up. Scrap metal is here. That's actually kind of useful. But we are running out of air, as I said. Is this an air vent? Yes. Perfect. Alright, so this is an air vent right here. Unfortunately, it only has a limited amount of air, as you can see, and it will increase our air by 5 every single time we use it. So that is actually pretty good. That is pretty good. So that means I'll be able to rush over there as soon as I possibly can to try to prevent ourselves from dying from suffocation. What a wonderful thing indeed. Alright, what's this? Investigate object. Barely audible whispers around leading seaman Sterling as he approaches the primitive shrine. In this moment, he might have had a chance to turn away, but reason and bravado override the instinctive response to flee. As a set of red eyes flare open, even, between the horns, the moment has passed. He is trapped. "Do not fear," the voice whispers. "I offer much and ask for so little." Sterling struggles, but it is as if his suit is lined with lead. There is no escape from the red eyes that seem to burrow into his skull. Alright, so we have a potential of failure here. Oh dear. Unfortunately, we do not have any of the advantages in terms of traits that we would need to maybe make this a little bit trivial. But let's meet the stare head on. In some situations, success or failure is determined by a game of dice with fate. The difficulty of the task ahead can vary, and different divers may be more suited to different challenges. You can choose to re-roll any number of dice once per event. Click on each die you wish to select, then click re-roll. However, the cursed negative side of a die prevents re-rolling. You can further improve your chances by upgrading your dice through the Enigma board. See, now this is where more of the RPG comes in, very much so. Okay, so what did I actually get here? I actually have no idea. These are the two cursed objects here. No, I can't re-roll these because these are the cursed ones. But I can re-roll these, I suppose? I suppose we'll just re-roll all of those. And this one? Yes. There we go. Oh, really? Oh dear. The horns of the shrine and the crimson disembodied eyes are joined by something. Can I move this? There we go. Yes, I can. And the crimson disembodied eyes are joined by bright blue lines that form the shape of a bull's head. The voice returns, but no longer as a whisper. It roils around leading seaman Sterling, deep as the ocean and inexorable as the tides. You have come to a dangerous place. Already you have faced my wayward children, and worse awaits you should you continue. Vestiges of my power still remain. Call to me if you require aid, and I will attempt to twist the fates in your favor. Who are you? Sterling demands. What do you want from us? There is no response. The silence of eons return, leaving only a tingling at the back of his neck. Someone, or something, is watching. The power that surges through the shrine is too much for Sterling to handle. As his will succumbs, the darkness around him seems to intensify. Alright, so we've gained access to Invocations, and we've also increased our corruption level. Invocations, as you can see here, are abilities and blessings granted by the mysterious patron of the shrine. Invocations use points shared by all divers as well as action points. Invocation points are fully regenerated for each mission, so I assume you can only use it once per mission or something like that. A shadow looms in the abyss. The corruption level has advanced by its first step. The track can be found at the bottom right of your screen. This thing down here. The abyss grows more dangerous with each level, introducing new threats to an already perilous mission. Oh my. Look at the size of that thing, and those teeth. Yes, this is a bit problematic. Let's keep a safe distance if we can. It looks like a predator before he gets eaten. Yes, okay, let's use swirling sand just in case. And what about a defensive posture as well? That might make sense. I need to get Reynolds over here to the air. There we go. Okay, perfect. Is this thing actually going to move towards us? No, I think I can maybe... Can I avoid it? Do I want to avoid it is the question. Can I throw this? Boom. 35 damage. Perfect. Alright, so, we can move over there. Do I want to move? No, I don't really want to move, actually. I'm kind of just gonna stand here. I'm gonna use Battle Hardened just in case. And we can use all of these things, by the way. This is our new abilities that we have. Oh, he hit his own guy. The Spine Skulker hit the guy from behind. That's perfect. Fantastic. Okay, so Solace of Mind. Okay. Will not attack friendly targets if overtaken by insanity. Well, we're in no danger of going insane, so that's pretty good. Step through a tear in time and space to appear in another nearby tile. That's pretty cool. Also obsessed with the perfect strike and the thrill of the hunt. Plus 20 aim, and absorbs the next damage instance from an external source. Wow, Providence is really powerful. Okay, so let's do some damage then, shall we? Okay. Or not, as the case may be. There we are, there's a little bit of damage, and we can now inspect the corpse too. At first glance, the anatomy of the fallen brute defies all reason. The head is similar to that of an orca, with a more of razor-sharp teeth. Smooth and rubbery skin also points towards a mammalian nature. What cruel trick of Darwinian chance resulted in an ambulatory deep-sea creature is beyond his comprehension, but Reynolds cannot deny that the fiend did indeed walk these desolate depths. The large bony hooks on the end of each arm look dangerous, but unwieldy. How this beast has managed to dress itself in the sparse loincloth is a mystery, as are the logistics of spinning linen underwater. Perhaps this Merc Fiend, as he resolves to name the creature, is not a product of natural selection at all, but the loathsome result of a more pernicious process of mutation even. Wow. That's actually kind of insane. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for this episode. If you would like to see more, then by all means let me know. If you liked this video, then please by all means hit the like button. And otherwise, if you would like to check out the game, there is a link in the description. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.